Hello everybody and welcome to the third season of the Pentagon Challenge, episode 17 of the video series, and today we're just 3 days away from the beginning of our debut in the Premier League of South Africa, and it's going to be a very important occasion for the club as we battle Bloemfontein Celtic. But just before I begin, I just want to talk about my character and the results of the patch 16.2. And one thing that sticks out to me straight away is the fact that my reputation has gone up to Gold Star. Now, just one episode ago, I saw, because we won the title, it went to 1.5 silver stars, but now it's about 3/4 of a Gold Star. But that doesn't mean my reputation has been boosted significantly. It just means that everyone now starts on gold. So if we take a look at Jose Mourinho, for example, he was a 4.5 star gold, and now he is, Jose Mourinho is now he's a 4.5 or 4.75 star gold. Whereas if we look at, let's say, the champion manager of South Africa, he is 2.5 star gold, and that varies from manager to manager. So nobody is silver as a staff member anymore, and personally that is very upsetting, because I wanted to get all the silver star reputation and then work my way to gold and get better work prospects. So that's rather annoying, but at least I know now what I have to do to become a top quality manager on this game. I need a few more stars if I'm going to be applying for top jobs in South Africa, and I'll be certainly keeping an eye on that reputation from now until the end of this season. Maybe I'll get a few extra stars, maybe I won't. But I'm also very fortunate to be able to go for my next license thanks to a club takeover. We have new staff at the club, and they thankfully took out a nice big loan to reduce the stress of our financial downturn. So we've made a big profit thanks to that massive loan. You can see other is quite significant, but our balance is only just about above the red zone. But anyway, enough about that. Here's what you guys will want to see. It is, of course, the start of the Premier League season, and there we are. It's a blank table, and there are a few games kicking off today actually, and that should be very interesting. We have the likes of IXCT and the Black Aces as well. Then on Saturday we make our very first game, and then for some reason the Super 8 tournament begins in earnest. So let's look at the Kaiser Chiefs, for example. They're entered in this Super 8 tournament against the Sundowns. Anyway, there you go, they've played some games already, so those games we played during the league, and it seems to be very early for something like that to take place. So that disrupts my calendar, because we have the game here against Bloemfontein. That's alright, and then there's nothing until Wednesday the 13th, and that's just not on. But anyway, we have to live with that. That's the rules of South African football, so there'll be another bit of pre-season work to do. But anyway, here are the results of my pre-season. We'll switch to the goal scorers mode now. So we beat the Mekweni Cosmos 3-0, as well as ASD Cape Town. We put 6 goals past Kulis River, and then we drew 1-1 with the Magic against Mitchell's Plain. We put 6 goals past them, but unfortunately the man responsible for 4 of those goals was a trialist, and I can't keep him due to the amount of money he wants. Like, it's just far too much money, even on key player. So I have to go without him. We invited the team that bought Mekweni from us from Venezuela. I can't believe they actually went ahead with it, but they have Mthembeni is his name, sorry. So they came to South Africa and beat us by 2-1. They're a very good team for our level. We won 1-0 against the Kappa Sporting, and then beat a wonderfully named Mr. Price Parkhurst squad by 3 clear goals. So now I'll leave you with a decision to make. Which game should I live com first? Will it be Bloemfontein Celtic, Ajax Cape Town, or the Mamelodi Sundowns, the champions, at their ground, the Lucas Masterpieces Stadium? That should be absolutely fantastic no matter what. But there you go. I'll leave the choice to you guys, which game you'd prefer to see. And now, how am I planning to progress in this league? Well, let's just remind ourselves who the best teams in the league are. So there's the top half. So Bloemfontein Celtic aren't the best according to last year's league, but we should be at least better than some of these guys. We are tasked with not being involved in a relegation battle, and that's what I hope to do. If we look at the season preview really quickly for you now. So we're predicted to finish last with the Free State Stars, our nearest opponents. Black Leopards have improved somewhat. Sundowns are still title favourites, and Black Aces are predicted 8th. So that's about right, to be honest. And we also enter a new tournament for the first time. That is the South African Knockout Cup. It seems to be an exclusive thing for top flight teams. So we'll look at last year, for example, only one team went down. That was the Jomo Cosmos, and they're now in the first division, which looks like this, as a matter of fact. So there you go. Very, very relieved to be out of there. I didn't want anything else to do with it, to be honest. I'm so happy that we got promoted last year. So now, without taking up too much more of your time, I'm going to walk you through some of our transfers and the staff I brought in as well. But in terms of leaving the club, I've released Matty Pattison, Lebo Mathiba, Nicholas Nigwazi and Nathan Gertze. They're all gone for no money, but we had no money to spend either. So you will know already that Malachi, Adolf, Lubisi, they were committed to the club full time, as I took new contracts with them. But fantastic news is that Bakar Balde has been retained. I gave him another chance to sign with us and he accepted. But more importantly, the South African Football Association felt he was good enough to stay, and I'm absolutely delighted because we were really, really short on left wingers, and I'm just so pleased he was able to stay. But sadly, one of my favourite players, Roscoe Peterson, has decided to go to my rivals, the Black Leopards, and I'm disappointed. He would have been a great asset to the team, but he decided to go. Now let's talk about the rest of the players you won't know already. So on a free transfer, I wanted to make more experience in the centre midfield, and on a 2-year deal I have Tinahashi Legom Asha, and he used to play for Bloemfontein Celtic and Supersport United, and he is capable of good performances even at an older age, but he is critical as a backup player. I think he'd be better than Pattison was, and we'll be trying to use him whenever possible. I decided to steal away another right back from Witbank Spurs. His name is Bongani Mathabela, and he was one of the best players of last season in the first division, so I decided to give him a promotion, and we have 3 right backs now, but he's the only pure right back I have. But actually, here's another one who can play centre back. He's on loan from Supersport, I think. No, he's on loan. Oh, he is on loan with them. So it's Michael Boxall. He should be a starter for me, to be honest. He's had a good pre-season. He has core stats if you want to take a look at limited defender. So he's got heading and tackling, of course. He can jump very high. He's got 15 strength, 6'2", 91 kilos, and he's also quite determined and can position himself well. So very, very important signing. But whether or not you want to commit full time, that's another thing. And then again, Supersport United must be full of players. And this is my new striker, Thuluani Nigchepe. And I'm not really too sure on him, to be honest. He had an okay pre-season, but he will be replacing Mathiba and Mayo, who I didn't decide to keep. And he should be a good player. He scored 4 times in 7 games last season, but he was bought from Wits. And I'm not too certain what he can do with us unless I give him full-time first team football. And then another centre back, I was really short on them, and he has been signed permanently. No, he's on loan from Bloemfontein, but he's ineligible to play, and he has a ban in the FA Cup. But I think he has plenty to give with this team. He was wasted at Bloemfontein, so I thought we'll take him on loan myself and see how good he is. And then one more centre back, very young man, but he's 6'6", very, very strong. but he needs to improve his stamina and strength, so he'll probably be a backup like Chaz Williams was last year. But in terms of the core stats we saw from Boxall, he has some of them himself, and I can't wait to see what he's capable of. And then we have one of my assistant managers' signings, Juanito Manuel. He can play either the left or the right wing, and he has plenty of potential, but he's just what I need. He's a player who can play on either side. We're short of players who can get down the wings, and I feel he'll be a good signing when he's fully fit. But in terms of being a winger, he prefers the left-hand side. What is his foot actually? He can play on either foot. That's fantastic actually. And then he has some core stats above 10 in each, so that's very, very impressive. Maybe we can take him on a permanent. And then again from Supersport United, I needed another attacking mid due to injury problems, and it's Sneth and Bennett Ngidi. He's only 22 and he'll play for us for the rest of the season. He's got great potential, but his current ability is not so good. I don't plan on playing him on the wings, but in terms of attacking midfield he should be very, very good. And now, just before we go, let's look at the squad. I've kept most of the heroes of last season, but devastating blow for Ayanda Nidlavu. He tore his hernia in 2 places, so he has 4 months, or what's a 4-month injury, and he still has another 12 days to 4 weeks to go on that. I don't have very many physios, which doesn't help his cause. Usually Wana was also injured in training, so he's only coming back. But this will be the team I plan to play in my opening game of the season. As you can see, the vast majority of players have been transferred over from last year, so the odds of us staying in the league are quite slim, but I have to believe in these players' chances. Generally teams that have come up have struggled, and only the Black Leopards had survived, but we were just as good as the Black Leopards. But if Van Gran and Lassie Mackay and company can all maintain their performance levels for this season, I have a reasonable optimism that we can stay up. But I've also brought back Mabuelo Wambi from loan. I just thought we were short on quality midfielders, so I thought bring him back, and that affects our wage bill just a little bit more. But while he was in the second tier of Colombian football, he got a 7.09 average rating, so he should be flying fit and ready to take back his number 41 jersey for this season. And then the regens are starting to come up trumps, I think. You got Sean McCarthy, he's gaining in ability. The goalkeeper, Lumkana, was hurt in training, I think, so he had a bit of injury problems to overcome. And then Honolo, he's another very good player. And then in the youth team, I'm sure I showed you these guys last year, but if I didn't, you can see we still have some great potential players, and I'm absolutely certain I won't be able to keep them forever because I have planned to move on. But if we do commit to these guys, you know, I can't wait to see what they'll do in future. Maybe I'll go to a better club and be able to take them with me. But apart from that, that's everything I need to say. Just a reminder, pick either Bloemfontein, Ajax Cape Town or Sundowns as the first live com of the season. I'll leave it up to you guys, but if I don't get any responses, I'll just go straight for Celtic. That will be a wonderful occasion at Pearl Park. The pitch is okay, and it should certainly get over 700 fans. I'll be shocked if we don't. But until next time, thank you so much for your support, and speak again soon. Bye.